We'll see if my little mascot comes back. The entire time I've been packing my bike, there's been a dragonfly sitting right here on this mirror. Even after I started the bike with the shaking and everything, he kept coming back. Just hanging out, watching me do what I do. Or hunting, I don't know which. He really liked my mirror. Ugh, sweaty hands. Yeah, get on. Okay. Well, it's about noon 30, I guess. And I am headed back. Get another 50 miles or so down the road, pick up some fuel. And make my way back to Katy. And of course, Murphy's Law rules my universe. There are a bunch of customers that have been calling today with problems. If I ever take time off, the world grinds to a halt, it seems like. Server failures, network problems, you name it. But it will just have to wait. So I didn't bring my laptop, and I don't feel like trying to do remote desktop or team viewer through my cell phone. It's just too much trouble. Unfortunately, one of them is a server failure. I guess the drive in this old server, about 8 years old, maybe 10 years old. Geez, I don't know how old it is. It predates me. That's how old it is. I've been doing work for this customer for probably 10 years off and on, and the server was there before I got there. Anyway, the drives gave up. It's got a integrated mirror on a RAID controller, but they came to work this morning and it says no boot device found. Oops. Tried restarting it a few times, walking them through some troubleshooting steps. No joy. So it looks like the drives or the RAID controller has gone kaput, and it's going to be a manual recovery. And that is a Windows 2008 small business server. So it's an all-in-one Exchange, domain, everything box. So that is going to be no fun. Unfortunately, I had a couple of big appointments scheduled for tomorrow. Well, one in particular. It's an all-day thing. So that may have to take a back seat now. But do what I can. This is a nice park, nice campground. I like it. Ratcliffe. One little annoyance, they lock up their bathhouses at night, the restrooms. When is it that you're going to need to get up and go to the bathroom? Probably in the middle of the night. How do I know this? Because I found out. Nature came calling, and it's just too damn bad. So I did like a bear does. Did it in the woods. Luckily, I bring my hygiene stuff with me, trowel and biodegradable paper and biodegradable wet wipes and all that stuff, so it's all right. I'll survive. So I guess I will stop for my photo op here. Ratcliffe Lake, Davy Crockett National Forest. Okay. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. There we go. Oh, lost a glove. Okay. On the road. Alright. Where to? Home. Okay, time to go. I am hot. I want to get moving, get some air flowing around these bones. Whew. Okay. So, right turn, Clyde. People haul ass on this highway. It's 75 through here, I think. And that is the speed that I will not attain. So, I got my Twisty ride back home. Hopefully, it doesn't just waste my time. Yesterday, I don't really know what it was up to. It's sending me down a farmer's dirt path for some reason. I need to look up that road and find out if it really did go through somewhere, but it was definitely an ag road. It's Forest Service, but it went off into somebody's land, hay bales, and they had a cattle grate, so it tells me it's a farm. It's windy and I'm going against it. Wave this fast traffic by because I'm not getting any faster. Come on, dude. The young guy that I met there at the campground, Quinten, that's his first road trip, I guess, on a bike that he's done. And he said it was his first time solo camping is on this trip. Not last night, but a couple nights ago when he left Florida. That's his first solo camp. So, good on you, mate. It's always a little nerve-wracking when you solo camp out in the woods or somewhere because you're very aware of everything that's going on around you. Bugs, animals, any kind of movement, and you get a little nervous about it. But after a while you get used to it and you're not really fazed by it. So anyway, Quinten doing his cross-country trip, that's awesome. I haven't been able to do one of those really big trips in a while. I miss it, but I have family duties and I don't regret that. I'm thankful to have my family and my customers and profession. It kind of takes away from the solo time and the me time, but yeah, that's part of having family. I've been looking forward to doing some more road trips with my son. We didn't have the chance to get out this summer. With him being in school, it makes taking off for extended days or long weekends a little tricky. I don't mind having him out of school a couple days, as long as he doesn't have anything big going on, events or tests or things like that that are going to hurt him academically. But I think those perfect attendance record awards, it's silly, who cares? They're counting marbles, who cares? Not really useful. Equestrian, that's 6 miles, okay. Days ago. I haven't had a chance to reply to any comments. I apologize to everyone for the apparent absence, but busy writing. Someone asked me a few days ago how's the vibration in the handlebars? The Cub vibrates quite a bit, and it's a little thumper, so it's not sewing machine smooth. When I changed out the bar ends on here, that increased the vibration a little bit. I did retain the inner bar weight, but the outer mass is not there. So the bars are a little buzzy at higher RPM. What I did is I got some of these foam over grips, grip puppies, or I can't remember what they're called. I'll link the product. They're like $12 or something, and they slip over your existing grips. So I had to cut it down about a half an inch, and took off my bar end mirror and just slid it on there. They are helping reduce the vibration a bit. You still feel it. You just don't grab the bars real tight. You just kind of hover your hand over the bars and let the vibration do its thing. The foam does help a little bit, though. It increases the diameter of them to about 1.5 inches or so, so it gives you a much more comfortable place to put your hands for long distance. So tiny. Quinten was also saying that his butt was really feeling it on that DRZ. Yeah, dual sport bikes. He's got the Super Motard. He's got the DRZ 400 SM. They're very tough seats. Narrow. They're designed more for carving and playing than they are for long distance comfort, obviously. He said that he's got the seat concepts add-on for his. I put that on my XT250 as well, and they do work. It helps. It's much wider in the butt portion, but they're still firm. It's not a plush seat. So he was saying that he had to stand up every couple miles and rest his butt, air it out. I told him, yeah, you need to get an air hawk. It really helps. And he had been searching those, but hadn't purchased one or decided to do it for this trip. So I tossed him mine to try on. He liked it. I thought about letting him keep it, but I don't know if I want my butt to go to sleep for my return ride here. He probably needs it more than I do. I should have given it to him. It's only $100. Now I'm kicking myself. I should have given him the seat cover. Oh well. He's got a whole lot harder trip than I do. Yeah, I should have given him the seat cover. Didn't think about it. The other thing I need to do is sort out an extended battery pack for the Hero 7 before I do my cannonball, or I guess for any longer road trip. Not knowing when the battery is going to die is a little annoying. You only get 45 minutes to an hour out of the battery on average. So the microphone adapter has a USB-C pass-through for power, and I can tie into that and just put a battery in my jacket pocket and the USB cable up to that, but I don't really like having anything tethered between my helmet and the jacket. So I'm kind of looking for a decent battery bank power pack that I can scotch lock to the side of my helmet as long as it's not too heavy, and I'll just go from that straight to the GoPro. Give myself 5 or 6 hours of recording or something like that. On 1080p, 60 frames with a 128 gig card. The camera shows that you have a little over 4 hours of recording time. So if I could match up a full-length card to a full charge, that would be great. I like these slower side highways, and I will go a few miles out of my way to ride them versus the faster highways or the super slab. I really hate doing time on the super slab unless I'm trying to get somewhere fast. All the map and trip planning software that I've found and that I've used over the last few years will let you kind of pick and choose your route a little bit, but the one thing that I've not found is setting speed limits, or preferencing a speed limit. Stay under 60 miles an hour or something like that. I can't find any map resources that have the road speeds as a planning option. Now obviously it's in the map info. It's in the map info on this, everything else, because it's telling me what the speed limit of the road is. So I wish that it would give you the option for specifying the slower roads. All you can do is avoid highways, avoid toll roads, things like that. They don't say avoid certain speed. I don't know, maybe I'm missing it. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. I have tried using bike planning software for bicycles, and those do okay, but they're a little bit too out of the way, and it's very discontiguous. It doesn't really route you where you want to go. There's big gaps in it because so many roads are not bicycle friendly. One main reason that I want the extended battery and the long recording times on the GoPro is so I can do hyperlapse with one camera. Just set one camera to do hyperlapse and that's it. And do the super smooth full road distance trip video. Obviously it won't have any audio or anything like that, but that would just be the background fill or the B-roll, whatever. My goal for the Cannonball Run is to have the entire journey video. It's going to take a ton of SD cards and a ton of battery. I mean, I can always tie off the bike for that camera, which is the other option, you know, just tie it into the bike's power. But I've had weird issues recording long times on even a USB power pack. When I was videoing MotoGP this year, the cameras kept shutting off. They had full battery, the USB pack was still fine, it kept shutting off. And I don't think it was a heat thing. I don't know what that was. I noticed that when the internal battery got to full charge, the camera shut down. I want you to shut down. I should keep going. Maybe I have to take the internal battery out. Let's have to research that. It says straight, so I'll go straight. Road work. Uh-oh. Loose gravel. Man, that's just great. I hope it's not real loose. So, I had a couple of new haters on the Cub leave comments on the channel. And if they're gonna hate on the Cub, I'll leave the comment up just so other people can see it. I'm not adverse to other opinions, but they were insulting me, so they had to go. Sorry. You wanna come take a dump in my garden? I'm just gonna evict you. Sorry. Comments about, ooh, put a deposit on a girl's bike, congratulations to you, you know, stuff like that. Okay, bye. What I don't get about YouTube and I guess just social media in general is why are there so many a-hole keyboard warriors out there? They actually go out of their way to leave negative comments and to be ugly. And the way I was raised, my mother always said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Now, if somebody's in your face and they're, you know, being ugly, yeah, take up for yourself, do whatever. But, I mean, these are people that are watching the video and going out of their way to say that they don't like this or they don't like that and being nasty about it. Don't watch. Change the channel. Nobody's doing a Clockwork Orange and forcing you to watch the material, trying to convert you. I'm doing this for fun. It's a hobby. I enjoy it. I several people want to poo-poo on it. They poo-poo on the bike or whatever, but you can come after me. Delete. I can't imagine going to somebody else's channel and the only comment or the only thing that I do to them is go poop on their parade, and then just leave nasty comments. Why? I don't get it. And 99% of the time, you can look up those people's profile, and they've never posted a video, not once. They're not a producer. They're an angry consumer. It's funny. And the ones that do have videos posted, it's, you know, a little 1 minute quick blurb somewhere from 5 years ago or something. They're not a content producer. They haven't really made the commitment to try to do this and give back to the community. That's what this is all about, is community. It's not for the money. I mean, once you get 1 million subscribers and you're cranking down $10,000 a month, yeah, okay, it's a commodity and it's a business at that point. But for the most part, this is just a community thing. You're not making money on this. You're not getting anywhere with it. It's not like it's paid television or something. Come on. This isn't a cable subscription. This is gonna suck. I can't tell what he's doing. It's interesting. It smells like tar, but I don't see anything on the road. He's burning something. It's like a hot burner. I don't think he's striping because that doesn't look fresh enough. Unless he's striping in the front and then heat curing it as he goes. All I know is it smells bad. And if it's fresh paint, I really don't want to roll over it and leave a mark or splatter it on the underside of my bike. Motioning me to go by, so I'm going by. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's laying stripes, so I just rolled through a fresh stripe. That is interesting. Check that out. In action. I've never seen it in action before. That's pretty cool. So he's striping, and the heat, I guess, is the torch, whatever. He's heat curing it. Hopefully he's heat curing it. Otherwise I got a yellow racing stripe. So where was I? Oh, yeah. Pissy commenters. Is it insecurity? Is that it? I mean, they're mad at themselves or something in their life, so they're lashing out at anyone that's doing something that they wish they could do or that somebody else likes and they don't. I don't know. I don't get it. I've done my psychology studies and I understand the mechanics of it, but I still don't get it. I don't have that mean bone in my body to go out and start shit with somebody else. And for people that can't understand the Cub, the nostalgia, the cool factor, I'm sorry. It's your loss. This is the most iconic bike ever, period. Game over, done. More so than Harleys, more so than Norton, BSA, anybody in the early days. This is the bike that changed motorcycling for the world. If you don't believe that, go back and read a little bit of history and look at sales stats and kind of the evolution of motorcycling in the United States in particular. This is what did it. If it wasn't for this, bikes would have still had that bad boy image and motorcyclists would have been your outlaws, you know, whatever. It was Honda and their Super Cub and the small bikes, the scramblers, the 305 Dream and you know, the 350 Scrambler and 360s, CBs and things like that. Those are the ones that changed motorcycling forever. They laid the foundation and the framework for everything that came after. If it wasn't for them, motorcycles were already dying out in the United States, and a lot of the European brands were struggling to stay alive. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, we didn't really have Super Cubs here in the States, except for way back in the 60s. So by the time I was a kid, we had the Passport on the Passport, which is essentially the same bike. And I can't recall if the first ones were 70cc or 90cc. But I had a Trail 90 and a Trail 110, which was the off-road version. And man, we just had a blast. So for me, it's a fun bike, relatively cheap, nostalgia factor, reliability out the just unbelievable reliability on it is just insane, and it's efficient. It's fun. I mean, if you don't have to go 80 miles an hour everywhere you go, don't. Relax. Take it easy. I guarantee if I were on one of my faster bikes, particularly a sport bike, taking these roads right here, I would be going so much faster and not taking in the scenery. I wouldn't be enjoying it as much. Are you really turning, buddy? Okay. Okay, 6.7 miles to Commerce Street. Yeah, the whole American bigger, better, faster. I don't know, it's just getting old. Maybe I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old. Or maybe I am getting old. 49 this year. I've done all my go fast crap that I need to do. I still have the speed gene and the need to twist the wrist, but realistically, where do you do that safely and not get in trouble and end up hurting yourself, somebody else, or hurting your insurance, you know? Just chill out. I just have a soft spot for the smaller bikes because I'm a small guy. If I were a Yeti or a Moose or some 6'4", 280, something like that, well, of course, couldn't ride this car that size. But I'm a small guy, 5'7", 160-ish pounds, whatever. So the smaller bikes fit me better. I have no problem manhandling the big 800-pound touring rigs. I've had a few. I just don't like it. And I'm not doing multi-state journeys multiple times a month or whatever. I'm not retired to where I'm just traveling the road. So maybe if I get to that point someday, I'll trade in my smaller bikes and go for a Gold Wing or one of those big touring rigs. But for the kind of riding and the road chores that I do, there's just no need to have that big monstrosity. It's too much to handle, too much to maintain. Fuel economy is not very good. We're putting down 60,000 miles a year commuting, and those dollars add up fast. Anyway, shut the camera down and just ride. oil temps are staying really good on this thing. About 175. Of course, I'm not sure if that's completely accurate. It doesn't have a deep enough probe. The probe ends kind of just at the top of the stick, so if the oil is splashing up against it, then yeah, I suppose, but it's not submerged. I would imagine it's a little warmer than that. I need to check my oil level on the next fill up just to make sure that I'm not consuming any. It never has to this point. So I wouldn't expect that has changed. But it's important to keep an eye on that with these small engines, because the very little bit of oil that you've got, only holds 1 quart. So if you're consuming it, you're getting down fast. See where this one is, just for peace of mind. Another Cub owner commented to me a few days ago that she was already losing oil or consuming oil on hers. That doesn't seem right. Something's wrong with that engine if you're losing oil already. And that also means that it's got to be smoking in order to go through oil. Said she's only got 400 or 600 miles, whatever it was, and she had already had to top up the oil a couple times. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's leaking out the drain bolt. Something else is going on. Good, just try to get the flashing light. Time for a fuel stop. We'll go 7 more miles. Somewhere up here is going to be another fuel station. Sure is pretty up here. Boom, boom. 93 miles. Still haven't found a gas station. I bet I'm going to have to use my emergency tank this time. When I did my trip to Austin, I did an intentional fuel exhaustion on it, and it started sputtering and acting funny at about 114 miles. It had more in it, but it seemed like the fuel pickup was having problem getting it for a pump. So I would expect that I'm going to get about the same behavior this time, somewhere around 110 miles. It's going to act up. I'll throw my reserve fuel in there, and that'll give me another 20 or 25 miles down the road at least. Well, I've gone another 15 or 20 miles. I'm at 107 and still putting. I haven't seen a fuel station yet. Where do all these people go for their fuel? If the camera's going to last long enough to see me run out of fuel, I'm going to find out. I've dropped my speed down to around 50, 51, just to try to conserve fuel a bit, hypermile. These shoulders aren't very wide, so I'd rather not get stuck out here on the side of the road if I can avoid it. Well, I see a water tower coming up, so that means civilization. Hopefully they've got fuel as well. turn off. I keep thinking at one of these highway intersections is fuel. Ah, there it is. Fuel. Fuel! See a little gas pump icon on my Garmin. Thank you, Garmin. Well, so we know at the very least the little Cub is getting better than 110 to the gallon on a highway like this. Pretty much wide open. This might be the same place that I stopped for fuel on the way in. It is. It's the exact same place. No, it's not. Looks like it, but that's not it. So this is a Valero. That's a what? Ow, shoulder hurts. 219 and 219. Shell or yeah. I'll get Shell. Looks like a newer, cleaner place, so we'll go there and grab a snack and fuel. Liquor stop. Goody. Liquor? Hell, I barely know her. Okay. So I didn't run out of fuel on the side of the road. Goody, goody. Butt hurts. Oh, she's getting pretty dry. I don't know if you can see down in there. I still see a little slosh. It's got a tiny bit in there. Okay. I'm going to swap out this battery and fuel up and get a drink. Look at that. It took exactly $2, 0.93 gallons. Right up to the top of the little bar there where I always put it. So we'll do the calculations on that. That's probably around 120 to the gallon. Because the Odo said what? The odometer says 110. Yeah, so 0.93. That'll be about 119, 120, which is what I have gotten wide open in the past. Cool. Okay. Now I'm going to go inside and get something to drink. Okay. All right, got another scooter rider. Didn't even see me. Okay. What are you doing, genius? Hey, babe. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. I'm on my way back. It's, I don't even know how far I am. It says my arrival time is going to be 5:20 on the GPS, so still have a couple more hours to go. Yeah. Okay, well, had to check in with the wife. Actually, she called me. I sent her texts this morning and pictures of the campsite and all that, but because I didn't talk to her, she was worried, so she called and wanted to make sure that it was really me sending her those pictures. So I gave her a quick camping report and told her what was going on, and told her my ETA is 5:15 according to the GPS here, so that's a weird turn. It's not signed very well. It says I go 18 miles, so I'm going to continue this way and hope that I've got it right. Oh, and there's Subway. I'm stopping. That is exactly what I was looking for. Oh, I'll get it up here in the shade a little bit. Okay, it's food time. Okay, so lunch is done. Late lunch. And I'm on the road again. Nah, I don't think that's gonna hold. Let's do this instead. There we go. That's not going anywhere. Okay, back on the road. Still have a couple hours to go. I'm in Huntsville, Texas right now. And that, right over there is the prison. Huntsville State Prison. Okay, on the road again. And the temperature is 99 degrees today. Ouch. When you're not moving, you feel every degree of it. Ew, it's hot. Humidity isn't as bad today as it's been for a while. Probably 55% or so. You can still feel it, but it's not as oppressive as it was yesterday. Oh, and by the way, I did check the oil at that fuel stop back there. Same as where I left it. It's still at the top of the upper full mark on the sight glass. So this thing hasn't used or lost a drop, it seems like, which is pretty much what I expect from Honda's engineering. That's why the other Cub owner that left me that message saying that she had been having troubles with hers, and it had been leaking and using oil because she keeps topping it off. That's not right. My comment back to her was, maybe your bike was made on a day when there were nothing but trainees on the line, because she's had problems with her battery as well. The system just draining the battery for unknown reasons. So I'm guessing maybe the smart key system was malfunctioning and it was chewing up power. Or the seat relay or something was stuck. Lone Star Parkway in 11 miles. rid of. It says you can't operate it while you're driving. Well, what the hell is the point? You can't select it. Why do they pop it up? fun twisty stretch of road. I only slowed down once or twice just for the sharper curves. Don't really need to slow down on the Cub. It's got so much traction and handles so well, you could probably go through there flat out. Looking for Lone Star Parkway, whatever that is. Okay, now I hope it doesn't take me into the middle of nowhere again. It says 11 miles and I'm going to turn on road. That's not encouraging. Okay, so road is Fish Creek Throughfare. Okay. Okay, well, end of the road. Made my trip back. A whole lot of stoplights, a whole lot of sweating, and still on the same tank of fuel as my last stop. So, another road trip and camping event done and gone. Now I got piles of work waiting on me for tomorrow. Oh, goody. Thanks for tagging along.